Uh, I'm just gonna wait until a few people log in here. What's YouTube say to me? You can now pin a message to the top of your live. Okay. Yo, what's up? Who's here? I've got a lot to say about the mx3. I did some cool stuff today and completed some wild stuff. Just boom, boom. There she is, right there, just hanging out. Who's here? Say something. So I'll just wait until there's 2 people in here and I'll get her going. There she is. Here's my shop. There's 2 people. Hey, how are you? Welcome into the live. How's it going? So today I completed some wild stuff. So I've got a lot of content to go through for editing to catch up to track days that I haven't even edited yet. If you haven't seen the David Patterson That Dude in Blue video, definitely go look at it. He did a very good job on the Suicide mx3 review, and here she is. So I was in desperate need of doing a modification on the Suicide mx3. Can anybody guess what that modification is that I really need on the Suicide mx3? Does anybody have a guess? Put it in the comments right there. Yo, what's Banoonsky saying? Brianna, do you have any guesses on what the Suicide mx3 needs and was breaking all the time? No idea. Well, since nobody's making any guesses here. The axles I was breaking all the time. I actually broke 12 axles this season. So the axles connect to the wheels, and basically it's this piece of metal, and the cheap ones are literally made out of cast. So they break, especially with a lot of power. So hey, welcome all the people that are just joining now. So this was the stock axle that I had in the mx3. So this was a Toyota MR2 axle, bone stock, okay? And I broke 12 of them this season because the car makes so much damn power. So what I needed to do, transmissions are done, buddy. These transmissions are good for 1,000 horsepower. They are stock transmissions out of a Toyota MR2/Camry, same training. Awesomeness in those engineering minds of all those people. So, hey, JDM Mike, what's going on, buddy? Just going over on the axle stuff I've done today. So, I bought 1,000 horsepower axles for the Suicide mx3. The top of the line, okay? And they are in it. I just got it in today, and it wasn't a bolt-in thing, guys, because this is an mx3 with a Camry setup, right? So I had to make a whole bunch of stuff. I literally had to make hubs for the car, basically. So I took Camry hubs and I machined them to go to mx3 spec. I wanted 4x100. Boom, boom. Still 4-bolt. I put ARP studs in there, so those won't break either. So things are really coming along. And I just drove it. It drove 5 million times better than it's ever driven. I've had this car for 10 years. It has not driven this good ever. And while I was at it, I did all the wheel bearings. Everything was looked over from the knuckle up. So this is still stock mx3 knuckles. So that is totally cool. But yeah, they're 1,000 wheel horsepower axles from Insane Shafts. They're called Insane Axle Shafts, right? And I got their highest quality. They have 500 horsepower ones and 1,000 horsepower ones. I just got the big boys because I knew that the abuse that I'm going to give the car, it's going to need it. So I went from a 26 spline to a 30 spline. The 30 spline is much bigger. So it's basically a full 1/4 inch in diameter bigger on the spline going into the hub. And that's where I was braking. Every time I broke axles, I would break it right on the stub. So I'll show you what the stub looks like here. The stub is this part that goes into your hub. So your wheel bearing goes around that, and then that's the spline that actually drives the wheels. So this is the part that breaks right there. It'll snap right there every time. So I went from a 26 spline, this is a 26. You can see all the teeth around, to a 30. So it's a much bigger shaft, and the whole shaft is made of chromoly, so it's supposed to be very, very strong. I'm really hoping that this is a cure for breaking axles all the time, because it's getting expensive and very annoying going to the track and breaking 4 axles and just towing it home. So I'm just gonna read some comments here. Got your ICS in, sweet. What's up, Lewis? Might as well get better ones. One less thing to worry about. Yeah, literally, man. Like literally, this is the most excited I've been with the car, honestly, man. Like, because I feel like everything's been gone over. I've done the engines. This season I did the trannies and just did the axles. So it was just like so amazing, the feeling that I got putting it onto the floor. I was like, is this the end of braking all the time? Because this engine and this transmission have been in there for 7 months. I've never pulled them out. Everything's worked really good other than tuning. I tuned all the time. I enjoy tuning. I always try and get every horsepower I can. So I'm always pushing for the most, and nothing broke in the transmission or the engine. Axles broke. Lots of them. So those are dealt with. I just thought I'd show you guys that, and I'm just super pumped. I was just so excited, so I wanted to go live and share it with you guys, because I do like talking to you guys. We can't wait for some serious all-wheel drive launches. Yes, that is true. So the goal, or slash what I hope for, is I won't need insanely expensive axles in the front, because yes, then I'll find the next weak link. You're right. But let's hope it can launch now, because I could not launch it because it would just immediately break. So that sucked. It was just like, there was so much potential in having a sweet launch because it's rear wheel drive mid-engine and to hook and just go, right? But it was hooking and breaking. So hopefully it hooks and goes a little bit better. Oh, well, I go to the track, man. Like, going to the track is the best way, because like, it's a prep surface, right? And as long as things are like in line with your drive line, it should launch and go faster than on the street. So that's the goal for that. And I think my buddy actually has a draggy. I've never used one, so maybe you're right. Maybe I should just try a draggy, see what's up, and just like do street pulls and stuff, right? Yeah, so tomorrow I'm getting a car in here and I'm going to be building it. So that's my plan over the winter. I'm not going to be doing too much on this right now. One of my main focuses is building a turbo kit for an actual subscriber. So that's going to be very cool. I'm going to get him in tomorrow, start ordering parts, tinker with both of them until I get all of his parts and just do that. So it's a rally car. It's a rally Mazda car. So it's already turboed, but he wants me to start from scratch, build a turbo kit for it. It'll be sick. Like, I'm very excited, to be honest with you. It'll be literally me at my own house, just doing what I would be doing on this, but getting paid to do it. So this is very cool for me. Like, and the guy's super excited and cool. So how's the alignment when with torque pulling the wheels forward. So when my car squats, it toes out. So it's basically opposite what it needs to be. But honestly, man, like I am totally content with what's going on now with the car. Like the suspension's kind of like backwards what it needs to be to get like perfect, because you want it to like be zero the whole way, but it toes out just a little bit. But it's fine. Right now I'm not scrambling for traction. The car hooks like hard. So with a slick on it, the car will literally rip. Like that's why I broken so many axles, man. Like it's just the whole idea with the weight in the back and everything. So I'll cross the bridge when I get there. Literally though, like right now, like it was just axles, right? And it was going so fast. It was almost running tens with one motor. So if I can run mid tens with one engine, I'm totally content with that, and duplicating and making it twin engine, because there's a budget here, right? If I have to make hubs and do everything all over again in the rear end, like it's just so much time and money. Like that's what it boils down to. Time is money and money is time. And yeah, it's just, this is a one-man band thing, like literally, man, like it's tough. So I just, if the car works and it's ripping, rip it. That's what it boils down to. Like a lot of people overbuild cars and they never drive them because they're literally sitting on freaking jack stands. So that's a thing too, right? Some people have so many high expectations and then they don't even finish like one little thing. Like they don't even put the engine they want in it because they can't find the time for it or whatever, or get the money to do it. The car runs, the car drives, the car rips, the car is fine. So I designed my own suspension. Yeah, you're right. And I know exactly what I would do to this too. So the tie rod is in the back. So the tie rod, yeah. So when the car squats in the back, it toes out. So it would be better if it was in the front, and then if everything was equal, to bring it down so it would only go negative towed in by like half a degree within like 3 inches of travel. So there's that, right? And I could do that, but it's just time, right? It's not necessary at this point for me. This car's for fun, and it is very fast for what it is right now, and it's probably just gonna keep going faster, right? So anybody have any questions there? Just going through here. Custom knuckles for the win. Yes. Very time consuming. Very, very, very. I'm gonna have to check out your channel too. All right, I think I'm gonna just log out here, guys. I definitely wanted to share that. This is huge for the mx3. Huge. It's got awesome axles in it. Let's see if they hold up. Everything is like done. As far as I'm concerned, the car's like pretty close to at the point where I'm gonna duplicate it and I'm being content. It would be nice to have another 100 horsepower out of it, but it's good. Like the car rips. Like having other people, how much horsepower with both engines? Like 1,000 horsepower between the two, and with bigger turbos it'll do more, but I don't have bigger turbos right now. These are old turbos and they make like 550. So anyways, later guys, good talking to you. Have a good night. We'll see ya.